Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Rose Tarot and Astrology. I am your host, Mel Rose, and today is Monday, September 16, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. I think it's important to check in on your regular current astrology because there's that old adage, as above, so below. And what's above us is our sky, our stars, the way we perceive things as they're happening above us, give us energetic examples of what might be happening right here in our real everyday lives. So if I can glimpse out there the possibility of some surprise coming up, or the possibility of some change coming on, or some challenge with receiving what I want to receive, or going after what I want to go after, two kind of different things, kind of the same, kind of different. So if I can perceive, an energy of what's happening out there, then I can apply it to my own life and say, I see a change might be coming up, or I was expecting this bump in the road. And I find that really helpful. I hope you find it helpful too. And I hope that wherever you are, you're feeling happy and loved and blessed and whole and supported. I am having a gorgeous morning here in Lee Summit, Missouri. I feel happy and loved and whole and blessed and supported. And I'm so happy that you all get to be a part of that. So like I said, thank you for being here. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below for me. I love to hear from you guys. Okay, today's astrology. The sun is in Virgo for one more week. And in Virgo, we are sort of turning away from the heat and the play and the activities of summertime, bringing our attention back around to the work we're trying to do in the world, the progress we want to make with our health and also with our wealth and resources. Okay, so part of that is sort of sorting through the resources that you have, taking stock of what you have, and setting it up in such a way, putting everything in its place in such a way that when you're ready to start making progress, you can start making progress, right? It's easy to use your tools when you've put them where they belong. So that is the sun in Virgo. And this being the last week of the sun in Virgo, the autumnal equinox is at the end of the week. This being the last week of the sun in Virgo, it's time to really look back on how much progress you've made with sun in Virgo so far, and maybe sort of tie up any loose ends when it comes to cleaning out the closets, weeding the gardens, and getting them ready for cooler weather. Making sure you make those doctors' calls and visits, getting your tests and exams up to date, and that kind of thing. So, also your automobile. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it's about our thoughts and plans, but it's also about the sort of errand running, the small travel that we do. So taking care of all of those material resources that you have, getting them ready, because the weather is going to get colder and we're going to need to rely on them more heavily. Okay. And then today the moon is in Pisces. So moon in Pisces, that's a water vibe. Moon in Virgo, that's an earth vibe. Earth and water combine. Okay, so we use our materialism and our creativity, our love, our intuition. We put those things together and we're able to create material things for ourselves that have substantial value to us. All right, that's what the earth and water vibe is about. So moon in Pisces, also a little bit of time of a relaxing and reflection. So whatever it is you're trying to make progress on today, I would say, keep making progress, but let's take it easy on ourselves a little bit. Take it easy on ourselves physically, because our emotional life is part of our physical life as well. And the moon is also in the full moon. The exact full moon is tomorrow, and tonight we are in the day preceding the full moon. So this is the time of culmination. The next couple of days is a time of culmination. It's a time where we bring together all the parts of our plan, and it was in the future, now it's in the now, and in a couple of days it's going to be in the past. So we're going to release it. We're going to let it go out into the world. Whatever it is that we have culminated, whatever we have completed, we can now say, whew, I'm done with that. Pat ourselves on the back for what we have achieved. If you are actually releasing something into the world, the full moon is a great time to do that. Actually, releasing a new album or releasing a book or a work of art or anything that you have created, the full moon's a great time to let it go right out into the world. So that's what we're coming up on. Is tomorrow is the full moon in Pisces, and there's a lunar eclipse. So we're back to eclipse season. Eclipse season was March and April earlier this year. And so I want you to look back about 6 months into your life and see what themes you were dealing with at that time, because those themes are coming back over the next couple of weeks between this full moon eclipse in Pisces and the solar eclipse that's coming up down the road. And we'll talk about that in the future. So we have the lunar eclipse tomorrow, the full moon in Pisces tomorrow. It is a very feeling full moon. It's a very intuitive, even psychic full moon. It is a great full moon for scrying, okay, doing your water bowl, doing your cards, journaling and meditation, really like getting into your intuitive zone. When you do this during the Pisces full moon, you might actually culminate some things emotionally and intuitively within yourself that have been percolating for a while. So good luck with this full moon and lunar eclipse. Eclipses bring changes, right? Eclipse means to leave. So something departs from us. This is an eclipse in Pisces. It's actually closer to the North Node in Aries. So while something is departing from us, it's actually making room for something that's ahead of us. Because that North Node in Aries, it's so close to this Pisces eclipse, is about the trajectory we're on, what we're going toward, okay? So something is going to fall away so that it can make room for something that's coming up. And I want you to pay attention to that, what is falling away and what it is making room for in your life. So yes, Sun in Virgo, moon, full moon tomorrow in Pisces. And what else do I want to say? Mercury is in Virgo as well. And Mercury is right at home in Virgo. It's his favorite place. So Mercury in Virgo, Mercury in this practical earth sign really has us on task. It has us, like I usually say, dotting our I's and crossing our T's. It really has us making our plans, thinking about our plans and the practical things that we need to do to have things in order for us to make the progress we want to make, okay? So that's Mercury. And then I want to talk to you today about Venus and Mars, because Venus is making an aspect with Chiron, an opposition to Chiron, while Mars today is squaring the nodes. And Mars and Venus are sort of opposite sides of the same coin. We think of them as being completely different from each other, right? They say women are from Venus and men are from Mars, or whatever that BS is, okay? I'm not talking about gendered things, but Venus is a receptive principle. It is a principle that opens up and allows things to come to it. This is how we attract what we like, love, and can't get enough of, right? It's the part of us that paints a face so that we can be attractive to other people, or it's a part of us that dresses ourselves in a certain way so that people receive us as being, that thing that we're dressed as. It's the part of us that draws attention to ourselves and draws things toward ourselves that we like, love, and can't get enough of. Whereas Mars, on the other hand, is our assertive principle. It's the part of us that goes after what we want, goes after what is next. Okay, so Mars, stands up and walks toward, while Venus sort of sits back and opens up, right? Mars makes a more pointed effort, while Venus makes a more open effort, okay? More opening effort. So with these principles being opposites one another, they are actually two sides of the same coin, because it's still all about getting what we want, going after what it is that we need, right? Or going after what needs to be completed. So being two sides of the same coin, it's important and I think interesting to look at them together. Mars is squaring the nodes for this eclipse. Mars is our active principle, okay? It can be a little assertive, it can be irritable, impatient, angry, but what it really is just direct and interested in progress. Now, Mars in Cancer is a little bit frustrated. We can express some frustration at this time because Mars likes to go direct, and Cancer is a little more sideways, like a crab. It sort of scuttles this way and that, but it never goes straight forward. So Mars is like wading in the water to try to make progress right now. The progress is slow. That can be frustrating. And then squaring the nodes we see changes coming in, right? We see that our actions, this wading forward that we're in the water that we're doing, this extra work we're having to do to go toward what it is that is on our trajectory, you know, it's happening, but it's frustrating and the progress is slow, and it's bringing about changes. It's bringing about karmic changes. It's bringing about endings and beginnings. Okay, so that south node is the stuff we're putting behind us, the stuff that's on the path behind us, the town behind you, the people behind you, the situations that are behind you. And the north node is the trajectory, where it is you're trying to go. Okay. And what's behind you does inform where you're going forward, right? Like it informs what you're going to put up with, what you're going to do, what kind of choices you're going to make. So it's important to think about that. But right now, I want you to see that the actions you're taking, the hard work you're doing, the frustration even that you feel is a productive part of something bigger. And yes, it does feel challenging. It feels hard to make progress, but the progress is happening. All right. So just trust, have a little faith in yourself, have a little faith in as above, so below. What's happening on a universal level is happening right here. Those changes are coming. The progress may feel slow, but again, have faith in yourself. It is happening. Now, while Mars is struggling and yet making progress, Venus is struggling in a different way because it's trying to attract some healing into our lives. It's interesting because Chiron is in Aries where the North Node is, right? So that's the trajectory we're headed toward. And Venus is over here in Libra, at home, perfectly happy, looking and feeling beautiful. Venus in Libra is a great time to change your style, get your hair cut, buy some new clothes. You'll look great. You'll feel great. You'll feel better about your ability to attract what you want at this time. And it's a good thing to be leaning into that. While Chiron is over here in Aries, reminding us of these wounds from childhood, these things that we don't ever want to feel again, these things we don't ever want to see happen again to us or anybody else, right? So this is an opposition. There's a tension of opposites here. Venus wants to attract. Venus is looking in the mirror and feeling rather beautiful and knowing that she can draw in whatever she wants. And Chiron is like, okay, but this healing is hanging out here and it's giving you a little bit of resistance because what you want is somehow in conflict with the healing that you're trying to get, right? So we have to have a conversation with ourselves about what it is we're trying to attract, what it is we're trying to draw in. Are we trying to attract the right things? Are we thinking about this in terms of just what would feel really good at this time, or are we thinking about this in terms of these things they don't just feel good, but they are productive for me. They help me. They lift me up. They support me, right? So let's not attract things that don't support our growth and well-being at this time. Let's not attract things that don't support our healing at this point. Okay. So yes, we're making progress. Yes, we're tempted to attract things to us that don't support our healing. This is a little bit of a struggle zone right here. And I just want to encourage you to have faith in yourself, like I said, and really think about what it is that you're attracting, really think about what your goals are, the trajectory that you're on, and start making room in your life for those bigger, better things that you want to be, do, and have by letting go of some of the things that you are not anymore. All right. I think I have carried on long enough. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on Wednesday in the next video.